However, witnesses say the plane touched down about in this section, bounced hard, and rolled a few feet on the runway, and then began to skid off the runway and wound up in this vicinity here, about 200 or 300 yards from the original point of touchdown. With more on that story now, let's check in with Eyewitness newsman Steve Schatz.
Most of those on board walked away. There were no fatalities, although some injuries have been reported. Iberia Airlines Flight 933 was making an intermediate stop in Boston while en route from Madrid and Mallorca to Washington. The big DC-10 landed in heavy rain and fog. After what was described as a normal approach and touchdown, it skidded the length of 2 or 3 football fields before finally grinding to a stop. There were 153 passengers and a crew of 14 on board the plane, and according to Massport spokesman, all those on board evacuated the Spanish DC-10 through the plane's emergency chutes. According to an Iberia crew member, there was no hint of trouble, even as the jet cut through the fog and touched down.
As soon as we land, start to jump a few times, the cylinder start getting down until we get stopped.
Is anybody hurt aboard?
Only one lady and one of the hostess.
The crew member says a small fire broke out shortly after the skid. The flames were smothered quickly, though, as foam was hosed onto the wreckage. Although there is no official count yet, it appears as though fewer than a dozen of those on board the Iberia jet required hospital treatment. Those that did were transported to Mass General, most of them walking from police cruisers and ambulances. All were given an emergency triage or checkup. Perhaps a half dozen will be hospitalized. The incident came as a surprise to the passengers. As one man at the hospital described it, we were down, I started to relax, and then it bumped and we started to skid. I guess we're lucky, all things considered. This is Steve Schatz reporting for Eyewitness News.
Rotten.